About 13 miles from downtown Atlanta, welcome to Truist Park. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Kansas City Royals going up against the Atlanta Braves. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you. We're all eager to see if his heroics last time out carry over. He was absolutely dialed in at the plate, Singy.
Dialed in is right, partner. Everything seemed to be going his way. Looking forward to seeing if that same timing and energy carries over in this one.
First pitch coming your way next. And today on the hill, Chris Sale. What should we keep an eye on here?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
About to get started here, George Brett steps in for the Royals.
George Brett.
Brett matched a homer in his last game. Missed with a changeup. Yeah, that's ball 2. There's a swing and a drive. Carrying well. Stretches out and holds it in. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, against a talented pitcher, it's crucial to disrupt his rhythm. Use bunts to get him off the mound and moving around out there. If he's in a flow, step out and break his timing. When he throws in the zone, you might only get one pitch, so you don't want to miss it.
Just getting started here at Truist Park outside Atlanta. Next
Ball
pitch
3.
misses, and the count's full.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Good plate
Take your
appearance
base, ball
there.
4.
Able to take the walk.
Batting third, center fielder, Michael Garcia.
So man aboard, and now the center fielder, Michael Garcia. Here's the pitch. Runner goes.
Yep.
That's in for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close.
Ball 2.
Got him. 2 gone now.
Well, it gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a 2-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel on it.
Now a chance for Vinny Pasquantino. Little trouble with this one behind the plate. Safe at third, moves up on the pass ball. Two outs and a runner at third here in the second game of the series. 3-2 now. Sale, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the game, and that certainly is a benefit to him when he's in a spot like this. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
2 walks in the first has to be some cause for concern. I mean, you're talking about a guy you want to pitch deep into the ball game. It's not going to help with the pitch count right there. They can't afford to hand out free bases at this rate.
And now it's Salvador Perez to the plate. Rips that one to right. And that's the third out. Royals strand a pair. And now the Braves with their first chance to hit. We're scoreless. You're watching Atlanta Braves baseball on the Show South. Back here in Atlanta. And on the mound for Kansas City in this one, Chris Bubich. What should we keep an eye on here?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
Payoff pitch. And that one is lifted in the air. Thomas takes it in for the out. 1 away. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. It features a great veteran presence, Eddie Matthews.
Yeah, Boog, a member of the 500 home run club. I mean, you know, I fell just short of that myself, but you know the story. It's an exclusive list, and you know, of all the most feared hitters, I mean, this guy is right there at the top. He loves going deep. He loves trotting around the bases, and you know what? I love watching him do it. He's got so much swag. Let's see if he's got something for us in this one.
Good job to fight that one off. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
2 down, bases empty. Hank Aaron next up for the Braves. Way high with that one. 2 balls and a strike. Ripped, but it curls foul. Two down, nobody on. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. Scoreless after 1. Back at Truist Park, second inning set to go. Isaac Collins steps in for the Royals. The 1-1.
Ball.
And Sale deals. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Way back there. And
foul
that
ball.
one is foul. So we'll try it again. Off
That's
the
a
mark
ball.
there. Full count now. This one in the air, center field. He's got it. And there's one down.
Batting seventh, second baseman, Jonathan India.
Jonathan India at the plate. Just misses with that one.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Tied him up on a fastball inside.
Simply said, this guy's flailing at the plate right now. Just disconnected from head to toes in terms of the sink of his body. That's his 5th strikeout of the series, and we're just 2 games in. So hoping to see some kind of adjustment out of him. His at bat.
Diving, makes the grab. What a play.
One of the most fun and exciting things you can do as an outfielder. You lay out, you make a diving catch, and you end the inning. That gets the team fired up in the dugout.
We head to the bottom of the second. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Andrew Jones.
That's down.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Just misses. Full count now. Payoff pitch. Swing and a ground ball. Throw to first in time.
Batting 5th, catcher, Drake Baldwin.
Drake Baldwin. Next up for the Braves. Second inning here, no score. The 1-1 is fouled off. Two now. And a swing and a miss. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Off to a strong start, Singy, as he's punched out 3 of the first 5 he's faced.
Well, he's definitely minimizing contact. He can get the swing and miss when he needs it, but he'll also keep the defense fresh behind him, allowing some balls in play as well.
Matt Olson up to the plate. 2 down, nobody on.
No, down.
The 2-1. Swings through that one, out in front that time. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Back in Atlanta, Truist Park. All set for the start of the inning. Chris Bubich steps in for the Royals. The other way.
That's a foul ball.
Foul ball. The 1-2. Got him. And that's the first out.
Up next for the Royals, third baseman George Brett.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. So the Royals batting order turns over. Here's the third baseman, George Brett. The 1-1. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
Ball.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Ball.
Off the mark there. Ball 3. And there's ball 4.
That's a ball. Take your base.
Up next for the Royals, shortstop Bobby Witt Jr.
1 down. Here's Bobby Witt Jr. Step off, throw to first. Dive, and they got him. Breath picked off.
When there's a lefty on the mound, you've got to make sure you've got more of a one-way lead, even leaning back to the bag when he picks up his leg, unless you're thinking you're going first move. Not sure what he was doing right there over at first.
Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Got him. That's the 3rd out. Royals bats are quiet there. Still no score. Set for the bottom of the 3rd. Now in for the Braves. Ozzie Albies.
Ozzie Albies.
Ball.
That's in there. That's strike 2. And
Ball.
that skips in the dirt. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
And next for Atlanta, Ha-Sung Kim. Swings through that one for strike 2. On the ground, right side, India. Fires to first in time.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
Chris Sale digs in now. Here's a 1-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. The 1-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. 9 straight retired here to start the game. This is Braves baseball on the show South. Back here in Atlanta as we go to the top of the 4th. Michael Garcia steps in for the Royals. And he grounds one to the right side. Throws to first in time.
Up next for the Royals, first baseman Vinny Pasquantino.
Now here is Vinny Pasquantino.
Ball 2.
All tied up, top half of inning number 4. And the slider just misses. That one fouled off.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
Payoff pitch. Swings through it for the K. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Salvi steps into the box now. Fouls it off. Still 1-2.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
2 down, nobody on. Got him looking for the K. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. KC down in order. On to the bottom of the 4th now. Still with no score. Bottom of the 4th. Now the leadoff spot for the Braves. Eddie Matthews. The lefty ready, and a 1-1.
Down.
Just missed. Swings through the sweeper.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Here's a 2-2. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already. So this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
Now here's the switch inning power threat, Chipper Jones. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. And there it is. Keeps it rolling in this one, Singy.
I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Hank Aaron next up for the Braves.
Ball.
That one misses, and the count is filled up. So a
Ball
walk
4. Take
puts
your
runners
base.
at first and second.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but you know his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's going to have to buckle down right here. At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Barry.
Two on, one out. Line drive, that's a base hit. Runner around third. He scores and they have the lead. It's an RBI single, 1-0.
Well, the strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. Pitch was on the outside, didn't go the other way with it, but still a nice job of using the big part of the field to find a hole. No way he hits it that well if he hooks around the baseball there.
So digging in, Drake Baldwin. Almost got him. And that'll load the bases.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
Matt Olson stepping to the plate in a big spot now. And a big swing and a miss.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strikeout number 8. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. All loaded up. Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but
swings and misses, struck him out. And that'll keep more runs from coming in, inning over. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. We're headed to the 5th. You're watching Atlanta Braves baseball on the show. Back at Truist Park, we go to the top of the 5th. Isaac Collins steps in for the Royals. And a 1-1. Right through there for a strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Swings and misses. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off.
Great location with that 2-strike fastball. I tell you what, as a hitter, you're looking to protect the outside part of the plate, stay back on something off speed. So many times, that location with 2 strikes, you just can't get around on it, and that's a tough one to compete with.
Out towards right center field. Pulls it in on the run. 2 down.
Up next for the Royals, right fielder Lane.
Here's Lane Thomas. The Royals yet to pick up a hit here. Pitch misses there, and it's 2-1. That one misses, and now 3-1. Way out front for strike 2.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
2 down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the 5th. Battling here as he fouls it away.
What do you got?
To go after it. Now a look down to first. And he went around. Not an easy call there, but that puts an end to the inning. He's through 5 without allowing a hit. This is Braves baseball on the show South.
Now pitching for Kansas
Back now
City,
to start the bottom of the 5th
60,
and taking over on the mound, Lucas
Erceg.
Erceg. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Ha-Seong Kim.
Ha-Seong Kim.
Swinging a foul straight back.
The healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
Outside.
Next offering popped in the air, right field. 1 down.
Up next for the Braves, pitcher Chris.
So in now is the Braves pitcher, Chris Sale.
Seems like it can be really hard at times for pitchers to throw the ball right down the middle. They're so used to working on the edges, but then you have a guy up like this. He can't hurt you. Just throw it down the middle.
Swing and a miss. 99. How do you do?
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Thomas takes it in for the out. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Braves.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. Here's a big power threat. Eddie Matthews. Two down, nobody on. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Back foot slider ties him up, struck him out. Down in order go the Braves, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Back here in Atlanta, close game here, and a chance now to look at a few highlights from this one. So they're making a move for a bat off the bench. Kyle Isbell.
Pretty surprised they're going with a pitcher off the bench here, Boog. I mean, they must be trying to save what they have left in terms of position players for later or something.
Ball 2.
The 2-1.
No, off the plate.
Now in this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
In the air, left side. Matthews should have this one. Brings it in, and there's 1 down.
Up next for the Royals, third baseman George Brett.
Now here's the leadoff hitter for the Royals, George Brett. The Royals down by a run, and we're the top half of the 6th. Clips the corner. That is strike 2.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing play.
To the right side. Slings to first in time.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front, rolled over it, put it on the ground.
And now it's Bobby Witt Jr. Two down, nobody on. Sliced hard but foul. And the slider just misses.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees, and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Chris Sale looking for that shutdown inning. Hit hard, it gets through, and the no-no is gone, and the tying run is on base.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Now, Michael Garcia. In the air, center field. Jones in position. And that is that. Another inning complete, but not before they break up the no-hitter. You're watching Atlanta Braves baseball on the Show South.
Now pitching for Kansas
Back now
City,
for the bottom of the sixth,
64,
and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Steven Cruz.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Well, One-run game. Here's some real power at the plate. Chipper Jones.
Well, both sides equally as strong. So not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate. You know, these Braves putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. They really made that opposing starter work in this one. Ran his pitch count up, and now they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen.
Stays alive.
And no, they haven't broken through in a big way in the runs column, but with the way they're grinding out at bats, it definitely feels like there's potential for more coming.
The next pitch misses. Full count now. Ripped to short. That might slow him down for one at bat, but don't count on it lasting.
Up next for the Braves, right fielder, Hank.
And now the right fielder, Hank Aaron. This is a true five-tool guy. Not very many of them out there, but when he's on the field, you can't take your eye off of him.
No.
Fans come to the ballpark to watch him play. And in baseball, to have such a talented player going out there every day and putting on the show that he does.
That's a check.
Just
Did he
a joy
go?
to watch.
No swing. Hits for average power, the ability to field, the arm, and then the speed. Really impressive. In the air, right field. And there's two away.
When you look at the ability to save runs defensively, but then also put runs up on the scoreboard, that's the kind of player that every championship team needs to have.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Andrew Jones.
Ball.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. A solo shot. His first homer of the year, and they add on. It's 2-0. That one just sounded different.
Man, might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spit on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
So 2 down, Drake, Baldwin. Next up for the Braves. That one at triple digits. The 1-2.
No, that's a ball.
Absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Fights it off. He'll see another. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. High fly ball out towards left center. And that is that. One more for Atlanta on the homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the
back. We're in the
Braves,
7th. We have a new
number
pitcher on the
75,
mound, Robert Suarez.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Kansas City,
Vinny
first baseman,
Pasquantino
Vinny
steps in for the
Pasquantino.
Royals. Hammered, and this one could be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man
next
comes
for
up,
the
gets into
Royals,
scoring position.
catcher,
Now,
Salvador
there are
Perez.
several ways that they can get this run across.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Salvador Perez now at the plate. Tying run at the plate. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Digging in, Isaac Collins. And ball
Too high.
four
Go
to
to first.
aboard.
Pretty much the
Up
last
next
thing
for
you
the
want from your
Royals,
bullpen arms are
second
free
baseman,
passes,
Jonathan
especially in
India.
spots like this. Make the team earn their way on.
And now here is Jonathan India. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, Boog, not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
Two on, one out. And he swings through that one. The Braves bullpen has some activity. Dylan Lee, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Kinley, the right-hander, loosening up as well. And a 1-2.
No.
That's a really good take.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. The Braves trying to protect a two-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Two now. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Well, this guy's been pretty much a non-factor so far this weekend. Very little in the way of impactful at-bats and quality at-bats, and let alone contact. That's the 6th time they've set him down on strikes in the series, so no doubt frustration mounting and very high right now.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Robert Suarez won't go any further. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching for
So
the
they turn
Braves,
things over to the righty,
number
Tyler
45,
Kinley.
Tyler Kinley.
Lane Thomas will make his way to the plate. Two on, 2 outs. And that is out of play. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. In the air to left center. Matthews on his way over. He's got it. And that's the third out. The Braves pen comes through in fine fashion. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Braves 2 and the Royals nothing. This is Braves baseball on the show South. A discussion happening at home plate now, and I think they're making a double switch.
A defensive change.
Nick Mears on the pitch now as he'll move into the 8th spot in the lineup with the double switch here. Dairon Blanco. He'll move into the 9th spot in the lineup. Here's Matt Olson.
Leading off for the Braves, first baseman, Matt Olson.
Check swing, and he went. Now 1-2. Good job to fight that one off. The 1-2. That one way inside. Two now. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Really good swing right there. You got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
So man aboard. Ozzie Albies up to the plate.
Ball.
This one in the dirt. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here at the bottom of the 7th. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. Out of here. Ozzie Albies with the insurance blast. And they boost their lead. It's 4-0.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. He got on plane with that high fastball, then look how his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Absolutely crushed that pitch.
So now to the plate for Atlanta. Ha-Sung Kim. Ball to strike.
Can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
That one misses, and the count is 3-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
And a payoff pitch. On the ground. Pasquantino. He steps on the bag, and one away in the bottom of the 7th.
Up next for the Braves, pitcher Tyler Kinley.
So now pinch hitter for Atlanta, Ronald Acuna Jr.
And he's got a little pop in his bat, Boo. Don't sleep on him. He's hit some home runs in the past.
Swing and a miss at a slider. Got him swinging.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Nick Mears gives way. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for Kansas
So out of the
City,
pen comes the right-hander, Stephen Coley.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Back to the top of the order. Now in for the Braves, Eddie Matthews.
Ball.
Hit hard but foul off to the left. That misses the zone, and it's 3-2. Chipper Jones next to bat for the Braves. Two down, nobody on. And that's ball four.
Take your
One of
base.
the things about that two-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So ball down the line or into the gap will produce a two-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Payoff pitch. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Three-two. Up the middle, India. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Well, from the time you're a little leaguer, you're taught to hustle out of the box and give it a full sprint through the base regardless of how you hit it. And he didn't make great contact, but the effort was there, and he earns the base hit.
At the plate, Hank Aaron. Got him swinging for the K. They limit the damage here. Braves pick up 2 on the long ball. It's now a 4-0 ball game.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the Braves,
back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Dylan Lee.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Dyrone Blanco getting ready to hit.
Right fielder, Dyrone Blanco.
One now. That catches the corner. Now he's challenging to call it strike. And it's going to stay a strike. Still one challenge left for them. That one not close. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That's back there. And that one hops the wall. Pulls into second. That's a double to start the 8th.
Everything came together for him.
Royals.
Got a fastball,
Third
middle of the plate,
baseman,
jumped all
George
over it.
Brett.
Absolutely smoked that ball.
runner in scoring position, no outs. George Brett steps in for the Royals. Man at second. That's off the mark, and that's ball 3.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
The 3-1. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider. Got him. Now 1 away.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
So now with 1 away and a man at second, Bobby Witt Jr., the next to hit. Have to say he's one of the most impressive young players I've seen in recent years.
Well, no question about it. His future is very bright. The city, the organization, both are excited about him. He has a lot to look forward to.
Not close with that one. 3-1. When you think about it, he may be in the league for the next 10 or 15 years. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Three-two on the way. Out to short. Kim. Throw to first is in time.
Up next for the Royals, center fielder Michael Garcia.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Dylan Lee departs, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for
now
the
on the bump, Ian Hamilton.
Number 71, Ian Hamilton.
Michael Garcia steps in for the Royals. Man on second, 2 down. Grounder off the pitcher. The throw is still in time. He keeps his composure and they get the out. So 1 left for Kansas City. They trail it here 4-0.
Leading off for the Braves, center fielder Andrew Jones.
He swings and fouls one off.
Ball.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Got him. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Well, that's the moneymaker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Here's the catcher, Drake Baldwin. The 1-1. There's the swing and a miss.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Keeps the at bat going with a foul ball.
No.
Challenge from behind the dish here. And the call stands. It was indeed a ball. No challenges left for them now. Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. That's a strike across the top of the zone.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at bat to hit.
Two down, nobody on. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. The wind, the kick, and the 1-2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side here in the 8th. It's the Braves 4 and the Royals nothing. We go to the 9th. Now it'll be the cleanup hitter for the Royals, Vinny Pasquantino. The 1-1. Swing and a foul out of play. Breaks his bat and pops it up. Slings to first in time.
Got to feel pretty good for the pitcher. Absolutely sawed him off. Bat explodes. And then he makes an easy play on it. Pretty satisfying if you're out there on the ball.
Salvador Perez steps in for the Royals. Here's a 1-1. Perez swings and hits a deep fly ball left field. That one's well struck. Gone. Salvador Perez leaves the yard, and they inch closer. It's 4-1.
That home run narrows the gap between these two. This one isn't over yet. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Ian Hamilton won't go any further tonight. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. Iglesias comes out trying to close it out. A chance at his first save of the year. 1 down. And next up for the Royals, Isaac Collins. Lined into right. And there are 2 outs.
Up next for the Royals, second baseman Jonathan
Last
India.
chance for the Royals. So up now for Kansas City, Jonathan India. Iglesias going for save number 1 in this spot.
Ball.
Just missed. Now it's 3-2. Right through there, got it. That finishes the evening's action.
Well, this was a total team effort, using 6 pitchers in this ballgame to get the win. Outstanding job of passing the baton. The next pitcher stepping up and getting it done. You got to give them a lot of credit because this is not easy to do. We'll see how it affects them over the next couple of days.
4-1 the final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.